I'm just here back to a new review, and we are beginning my review, my review series on Gravity Falls. And yes, I did do a poll, which this was the highest on the poll, and I hear a lot of good things about this. And of course, I do know that there are spoilers, which I do have to look out for and avoid. But I do hear some good stuff about this Disney Channel, and yeah, I'm very excited to be beginning this Disney show. But yeah, we start with the first two episodes, and yeah, it starts very interesting, I would say, with the first one. And yeah, it starts with this family doing this grill, see this normal family, and then these kids, which are two of the main characters, Mabel and Dipper. And yeah, they end up getting chased by this huge monster thing, even almost getting crushed by this tree. And then they're like, let me explain of how, yeah, they used to be average kids until their parents made them go out into the wilderness into this place called Gravity Falls and this mystery shack as well. Yeah, Mabel has all these splinters in her hands, which, yeah, I don't see how that doesn't hurt her. And there's a goat on Dipper's bed. And yeah, Mabel is something else, I would say. Of a, I swear, her voice sounds familiar, though. Mabel's voice is very familiar. And yeah, of course, Dipper. Yeah, his voice kind of sounds familiar, too. Like I've heard it, like I know I've heard it from somewhere. But yeah, he is definitely the opposite, I would say, and getting spooked by their uncle, which they're staying with, and Uncle Stan, and yeah, just having this mystery shack, which yeah, giving tours is a tourist attraction, and yeah, this gorilla, which is quite funny, and of course they're having to work there, and yeah, Mabel with her letters to any boy that she comes in contact with. Like, has this boy says, "Do you like me?" Yes, definitely, absolutely. Like, yeah, just straight to the question. Yeah, she is something. And of course, yeah, Dipper being the brother is, of course, thinking that her going crazy over every boy that she meets, stepping onto the question. And yeah, we see that the past, she's been like this with every boy that she has come in contact with. Yeah, she is definitely something. And of course, their uncle wants them to hang up these signs. And of course, nobody in the shack is volunteering. And of course, they do mini, mini, mommy, oh. Meanie, Meanie, Mimey, O. And yeah, of course, Dipper is having to do it. And yeah, we see these bites that he's got. Like, ouch, that looks like it hurts. And yeah, this guy in the souvenir or the shop is very weird, like with this bobblehead. Then when he's nailing one of the signs, he didn't find something odd with this tree. And yeah, it has this old, looks like a radio type thing. And then this switch or trap door like opens up with this book with covered in cobwebs, and it shows this like pendant or something, and showing all these different things too about Gravity Falls, and yeah, very odd things too, and saying to trust no one in Gravity Falls, and of course Mabel sneaks up behind him, wondering what he's rating. And yeah, of course, having it's just showing of how they have to trust no one in Gravity Falls. And yeah, of course, their uncle is wondering what he's rating. And then he swaps to another book, this old people book. And yeah, we see Mabel's boyfriend. Like, yeah, apparently she's already now gotten a new boyfriend, and he looks very interesting. Yeah, and of course, even Dipper is very having different questions. And even looking through the book and seeing this like zombie part of it and thinking that Mabel was about to be attacked, but giving these flowers. And then we see this other guy, which think think it's Zeus. They said his name is. It sounds like Zeus, but yeah, of course he's quite an interesting character too. And him saying that he thinks that the mailman is a werewolf, and telling him to telling Dipper to go and give evidence, or nobody's going to believe him. I mean, yeah, that does seem, you know, understandable, right? And what you would do. Which, yeah, they just go around seeing this guy just go around doing all these different things. And even this mark that she had, too. This kiss mark that she got. But apparently, she was trying to do a test, but then getting into or into this, leaf blower. Yeah. And then showing these gnomes, but then he turns the pages to the zombie. But of course, yeah, again, he's just trying to look after his sister, of course. But of course, he's like, I am going on my date, and you ain't gonna be stopping me with your crazy predictions. And yeah, just looking through the different videos that he got, and something odd catches his eye. Yeah, the hand of this guy falls off, and he just looks around like being very suspicious when putting it back on. Then, yeah, of course, when he can't get his uncle's attention, he asks this girl, Wendy, if he can borrow the golf cart, and she just gives him the keys. Yeah, no hesitation. Like, wow, that was easy. Just gives him the keys. And, yeah, Zeus gives him a shovel for the zombie and a bat for a pinata. Yeah, this guy is something else, too. And, yeah, this guy is telling Mabel of the truth about him and that he's these garden gnomes. These gnomes. Definitely not zombies, like Dipper was thinking. And they're wanting Mabel to marry them and come be their queen. Which, of course, yeah, she feels absolutely terrible. And, of course, rejecting the whole thing. Which they say they're just going to have to kidnap her. Like, yeah, they do and take her to this place, and she's fighting back. And, of course, we get the garden gnomes vomiting rainbows. And weakness is pretty much unknown. Like, unknown of the weakness today's. And, of course, Dipper, being a good brother, coming to rescue on for Mabel, and yeah, he just tosses the garden gnome to the side, and yeah, they drive off. Which then we get to that whole mysterious thing from the beginning, where they were being chased. Yeah, apparently it turns out to be those garden gnomes. Which yeah, they start attacking them, and they end up crashing. And of course, their uncle is still, you know, not completely aware of what's happening. And yeah, see, Mabel is like, I'm gonna have to do it, and to trust, and for Dipper to trust her. And yeah, right when they're about to kiss, of course he brings out the leaf blower. Yep, I, I, I probably had a feeling. I wasn't very positive I knew that was gonna happen, but I had a feeling something like that was gonna happen. And yeah, makes all of them just go all over the place. And yeah, she apologizes to Dipper about not believing in him. And yeah, of course, their uncle is wondering of what happened to them. But yeah, they're able to get something in the shop before he changes his mind. And yeah, he gets his cool hat, and she gets a grappling hook. And yeah, Dipper just looking at Mabel and just reading in his book about how, the whole trusting no one. But of course, he's got someone to always trust in, though. Again, really do like. And then their uncle just comes out and presses these buttons on this vending machine, opens this secret room, and being very suspicious. Like, what is he hiding? And yeah, it just ends like that. Very interesting first episode, I would definitely say. Then we go to the next episode, and it's another really cool one. And it starts with Mabel and Dipper just doing this contest to see who can get the syrup onto their tongues the fastest. And then they see this monster photo contest, and yeah, $1,000 is the prize. And of course, yeah, Mabel has this fetter, which of course Dipper is wondering how long she's been holding to that. And of course, their uncle comes and tells them of what they're going to be doing today and doing some family bonding, which apparently the last time they were doing family bonding didn't exactly work so well. And yeah, they get caught by the police. And then, yeah, they put some blindfolds on and head out into the wilderness, and they find themselves in the fishing season opening day. And yeah, we see these other people just doing some different things, and yeah, even having these hats for Dipper and Mabel, and even having these books, which of course, yeah, they're like, we need to find a way to get out of this. And then this crazy old guy comes, like saying that he saw it, and tossing this table over, even slapping this sandwich out of this guy's hands. And yeah, saying that he saw a monster, a secret monster. And of course, this old man's own son is spraying him with a water bottle, saying that his dad is scaring away the customers, and showing that yeah, of this bite on this boat, and yeah, even having these police involved too, and showing of this island, where the monster lives, and of course everybody doesn't believe the old man. And yeah, that boat does not look very well made, I would say. And of course, they have an idea on if they can get a photo of the monster, then they can get the prize, and they'll be able to split the money. And yeah, we see what Mabel would do with the money, getting a human-sized hamster ball and getting attention of these guys in this car, and yeah, them just absolutely loving Mabel. And yeah, we see Zeus that comes with this fishing boat of his own, and of course, yeah, he's like, of course, their uncle is like, yeah, you can go and waste your time just trying to search for this so-called monster, or you can just hang out with me. Which, yeah, they look at their different choices, and it's pretty obvious of what it's going to be. And yeah, of course, they just leave to go for the monster. And then we see this thing swimming in the water. And of course, Dipper is talking about, like, when it comes to cameras, the problems when it comes to cameras and acting like Bigfoot as well. And showing this camera, but it doesn't have no film. And then having backup cameras, making sure you have, which, yeah, absolutely love it, even under his hat. And of course, he just keep throwing and destroying cameras as well. Like, yeah, they're just running out of cameras very easily. And Mabel is about to throw more off board as well. And of course, he throws another one off board too. And even licking the fish food, which, yeah, of course, scraping it off his tongue. And their uncle Stan is just trying to find some other buddies, fishing buddies. And then he finds this couple, which this guy has this box with a wedding ring. So this guy's about to propose on the sea. I mean, I don't really hear many people doing that. That's actually pretty interesting, an interesting way to propose, right? And then, of course, Uncle Stan has to ruin the moment with this joke, which makes this couple leave. And yeah, they go into this very foggy area, and Mabel just playing with this pelican, and even saying this funny joke with being on the dodging the lookout, and throws this ball, and yeah, shows this sign, which of course plays on the whole butt island. And then Mabel saying that Dipper is scared, which, yeah, then their lantern gets taken, and he's imagining we're imagining what Dipper would do with the money, being interviewed, and Mabel just going through, crashing all crazy. And yeah, they think that they see the monster, but no, it's just beavers. And then the noise that they were hearing was just a beaver with a chainsaw. And then Uncle Stan is just creeping out this kid, and of course, his mom and dad, the kid's mom and dad, is with them, and they're like, "What do you think you're doing, talking to our kid like this?" and threatening to call the police as well, and saying, "Yeah, just like man." And of course, Dipper is not even knowing what they're gonna do now. Which then they see the monster of what it seems, and of course they're backing up. And yeah, they start to run when they say that it seems like the monster is real. And yeah, they get back into the boat and they're throwing the cameras, getting rid of all the cameras, and yeah, getting chased. And of course, Uncle Stan just seeing this old man with his grandchildren, and yeah, they just say that they're still being chased and going through the beavers as well, and getting attacked by beavers. And the boat is nearly destroyed too. Which, what is with this? Every show, or loads of shows I've seen, I swear, loads of shows I've seen, there's always two people carrying a long plate of glass. Like, what is that? Like, what is that exactly? Right? What is up with that? And of course, yeah, they break through the glass and they end up into this cave, which the monster is actually stuck. And yep, Dipper has the hat still that's in his hat. And it seems like they managed to be able to win the contest after all. But then it actually gets hit in the head and it starts electrocuting, malfunctioning. And then, yeah, apparently it wasn't a real monster after all. It was that old man that was going crazy. And him saying that he did it because his own son won't pay attention to him anymore, and he decided to work on this robot. And then that makes, of course, Dipper and Mabel realize about their uncle. And, of course, this old man's just going absolutely crazy with these other plans and that he has done and is going to do. Which, yeah, they decide to go back to their uncle. And, yeah, of course, he's got this thing on his around his leg from the police, and yeah, getting some pictures as well, which yeah, very cute, I would definitely say. And then we see, I don't know if that's the old man again or if that's like the legit real monster that it just comes and eats up the camera. Like again, I'm kind of confused exactly if that's the if that's actually the legit real monster, or if that old man again, which I highly doubt it's that old man again, since the first monster robot was trapped in that cavern. But who knows? But yeah, really good beginning, I would say, of this show. Really good episodes to begin this review series. I am very excited for more on this, and hopefully y'all are too. But yeah, like to know what y'all think. Let me know.